3rd and long. It's Darnold. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So he shifts past him. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Jackson on 1st down. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Hey, Delta. 59, 59. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Leighton Vander Esch, 3rd in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year. There on the stop. On 2nd and 9. Darnold under pressure now. Darnold, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Red 80. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Check 15, check Red 80. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Red 80. Red 80.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Watch the pass. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 50. Let's go. Let's go.
Now it's Jackson. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
First down, Dallas.
This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
Watch the safety creep.
From the gun, Jackson. That's going to be caught. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. It's a gain of 34. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. To throw again is Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. To throw again on second down. Darnold. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been terrific so far. And looking up into the sun, he's able to make the fair catch inside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now it's Crowder. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They go play action here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he finds his man Griffin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Watch the pass. Mike, check.
On 1st down, Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. By the end of last year, Herndon had solidified himself as the primary tight end for New York. Overall, second leading receiver in 2018 on the team behind Robbie Anderson. In fact, his 39 catches, most among rookie tight ends. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jalen Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. This offense in desperate need of a conversion and the pressure gets to him again. Jalen Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And he's on the heels of winning the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award. He had a pair of sacks in last week's game, Charles.
So much for adjusting, so much for game planning, right? You know that he had the 2 sacks last week. Why aren't you able to block him? Sometimes the superior athlete just wins.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Tighten up. Go. 53, check 53. Yeah. You don't want none.
They go play action now. Jackson. And his pass incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Elliott. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On the left side. Gallup's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push on in front further. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Darnold. Over the middle, complete. It's Bell. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, standing just outside his own goal line. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Check. Switch. Check 20 seconds.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Henry Anderson there on the stop. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Throwing is Jackson. Fighting through pressure. Breaks a tackle. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Henry Anderson able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
What's up? 55, Mike 55. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. No, lady.
Throwing on second and long. Darnold. And he slings one that's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's third down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Right there.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Cooper was the intended target, but it'll be second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Bang, 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 bang. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. 36.
On second down now, it's Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of one there. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On third down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So on fourth down, on comes the Dallas kicker, Brett Maher. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Maher able to put this one through. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
2nd and 6 at the 25-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Keep it up. Take 4, take 4. Red 80.
Here's Darnold. Caught here by Griffin. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On first down, Bell. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 2nd and 13. Darnold. His throw incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
I got you. I got you.
Got his man there, complete to Gallup. With Cole Beasley now in Buffalo, you think that might open up some more targets for Michael Gallup. Last year as a rookie, 33 catches for the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Jackson, and that's Elliott, complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
1st down, Dallas.
Hey, no. Check.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cowboys, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.